Hi guys, so it's me, Shelly, Shell, whatever you want to call me. Well, not whatever you want to call me. My name's Rochelle, nickname Shelly. Welcome to my channel, Shellybeans. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if you're new. Today is January 29th, and we're doing another video of me just talking about my feelings because that's kind of where I'm at in YouTubing right now and how I feel. So here we are. Today's topic is gonna be very surrounded by politics, kind of, and just talking about how I've found it increasingly difficult to be able to continue moving with my own life while paying attention to everything that's happening politically. And I'm a person who views you know a hope as like resistance. Obviously it's not the only form of resistance, but it's a huge part of resistance. And I think that when you lose hope and you succumb to the cruelty and the sadness that they want you to feel and the hopelessness that they want you to feel, then you give them like a lot of the power, and it becomes easier for them to take over in that sense if you don't have hope for a better future. But it's kind of hard being 22. Like, I just graduated college last year in May, and I've moved and things like that, and I've had a job and then I lost a job and now I'm looking for another job, and it's kind of hard to like be hopeful about my future, or just like hopeful about anything in general, when like I feel like if I don't pay attention to the news, then I'm not doing my due diligence. I feel like as an American, right, as somebody who lives in the imperial core, who lives, on the homeland of a country who does these grand imperialist colonialist endeavors, and they they fund coups and they overthrow governments and they destroy the lives of so many people in so many different nations. And I don't experience that firsthand, and I rarely ever see it, but to be somebody who exists in it, right, I feel like I don't have political power. I don't have money. I am not this huge activist or huge organizer, but I feel like the way I can do my part of caring, even though my country spends thousands of tax dollars, not thousands, sorry, billions of tax dollars to kill other people, and their own citizens, I feel like if I'm not paying attention, then like I'm not doing well. And I feel like paying attention is my way of like trying to help or do my part, at least if there are eyes on it, then I at least feel like I'm not letting it go under the radar, if that makes sense. Of just like, oh well, what can I do about that? My country's just doing that, so why would I pay attention? Like, I don't like that mindset. I feel like that's a mindset that a lot of white people had about like police brutality, of like, well, it's not happening in my community, so it's sad, but whatever. And I never want to get in that mindset, so I try to pay attention. But when I'm constantly paying attention and I'm like watching and I'm watching and I'm watching and I'm watching, I feel like that's all my life becomes, is consuming politics and watching what goes on here and goes on there. Like, I watch Hassan on Twitch. He's actually playing on my phone right now, and like it's like off, like muted, but I'll like sit there and watch Hassan stream all day, and then I'm like, well, what do I do about like my own life though, right? Like, how do I live, right? And it's like, I feel guilty for not paying attention, but I also feel like when I pay attention too much, I'm neglecting my own self and my own life, and it gets really hard. And like I try not to get nihilistic about things. I just want to make sure I'm level-headed. I know that things are probably going to get worse, and need to be prepared for that. But also, just because things get worse doesn't mean that it's not going to get better after that. And I believe that it's going to get better after that. But it's hard to not feel so helpless when you pay attention all the time, because you're seeing people dying and being dragged out of their homes and out of their schools and out of their cars and shot on the street and all of these things. And then the economic pressures, and the Democrats don't do anything and they don't care, and they're just like kind of being losers. And it's like hard watching all of that happening and feeling like I can't do anything about it. and thinking that even if I did do something about it, like the chance that I'll be put on a terrorist watch list, or be have the FBI at my door, or be shot and killed in the streets, like, is scary. And like people will be like, oh well, like, you're thinking too much of yourself if you think that, like, they're gonna pay attention to you. But it's like they're trying to stamp out every bit of resistance, and you make yourself like a loud enough person, like they will care about you, right? And on the flip side, it's like when I'm paying attention to myself and I'm working on me and I'm doing what it is that I want to do, or like trying to like better myself and better my life, and I don't know, try to like just make the things better on my end, like personally, in terms of like jobs or like little things like my hair or my nails or working out, like things that are like in my own personal control. I feel like I when I do that, I'm not paying attention to politics as much as I should be, even though I still do, but I feel like I'm not doing it enough. And then I start to feel really guilty, and then I come back and it's like I don't know how to, like, this is my work-life balance, right? Of like trying to find a way to stay informed, stay on top of everything, but then also take time for myself and enjoy my life and like do things. And part of the reason why I'm kind of stagnant is because it's winter. It's cold. There's a storm going on. I live in New York. Like, it's cold. And it's like what am I gonna do? Like, I can't just like get up and walk outside and just go whatever, because I have to layer up. And so I have Vaseline on my face because I was just outside. Like, I have to go layer up, and I have to really make concrete plans, because like I don't play around in the winter. But yeah, and then it's also I don't have money because I don't have a job, so it's like hard to even just like want to like just get on a train and go somewhere just for fun and like see where I end up. Like, I don't have the money to just do that to see where I end up, and so it gets really frustrating. Like, it's really frustrating because it's just like I don't know how to do both. And when it really comes down to it, if I'm being honest, if I had to like pick one, I'm picking pay attention to politics. And that scares me because it's not sustainable. Like, only sitting around all day every day listening to politics isn't going to make me money. Like, it isn't going to be able to have me like because I'm paying attention to politics, so I know that there's this impending economic crash that's about to happen, right? Like, even though the economy is crashing, but there's something bad happening economically, and they're about to start Project Esther, which is targeting a lot of women, and they're gonna start coming after women and their income and things like that. And it's like I don't even have any money. I got like $25 in my bank account, and I have no savings. Like, that's all I've got. And it's like I need to prepare, and I need to have money so that way, like, I can at least afford food for during whatever it is that comes up, and how the economy like falls down. But at the same time, it's like I can't not pay attention to politics. Like, I'm trying to envision like a day where I go to work for like 8 hours and I'm not paying attention to politics. Like, I would just I don't know, I feel like I would like go a little bit crazy. But I also know like I need to be outside, and I need to like meet with people and talk to people, because when I have my other job, like being outside and like hanging out with people and talking to people and having coworkers and stuff like that, like I felt great. And the thing is, that job though was around politics, so like, but it's like that, like talking to people, being around people, like I'm an extrovert, I love being around people, so like when I'm not around people I lose a lot of energy. It's way quicker, it's way easier for me to like get into a depressive episode. Like, I need just energy of people, and I love it. And but it's like hard, and a lot of this is compounding because of winter, and in the winter people are inside all the time, including me, and it gets very annoying. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel like I have a hard time like having a life and and paying attention to the impending fascist regime. I mean, we are underneath a fascist regime. That's just like what's happening. But like the cruelty under fascism hasn't reached its max yet. It hasn't reached its peak. We are nowhere near the peak amount of cruelty that this administration is willing to give to American citizens to get the money and the power that they want. So, like, to balance that and like having a life myself that like feels happy and joyful and fulfilling is really difficult. And now that I'm really thinking about it out loud, like, is it even possible? Like, unless I come into like $1 million, is it even really possible for me to have an okay life, like a fun, fulfilling, caring life at 22 years old, while the knob of cruelty is like getting cranked up every day by this administration? Is it even possible? I don't know. I hope it is, but I don't know. And this is like, it's really hard to like figure out. And I know I'm not supposed to have everything figured out at 22, like, duh. But it kind of feels like I have to because of how much faster I'm gonna have to grow up. And I feel like I'm also not growing up fast enough. There are so many things that I don't even know how to do myself. Like, my mom is trying to do stuff with my passport for me. I can't even begin to do that myself. Like, I feel so underdeveloped as an adult, and like I feel so underdeveloped as an adult, and it's like at 22 you don't have everything figured out, and that's like the point. Yeah, but I feel like I can't afford to be underdeveloped right now with the current administration and like what's going on in the world. Like, I can't afford to be underdeveloped because I feel like being an underdeveloped adult is gonna get me or people I care about, like, and like or jailed, or put on a list or something. Like, my inability to compartmentalize and just push my head down and go and do it and figure it out and just put on my big girl pants like that. I'm scared that is a liability for not just me but for the people around me. But it's like at 22 you don't know everything, and at 22 you're supposed to grow and learn and change and like become somebody, like that's what your early 20s are for. And I just feel like there's just suddenly so much pressure to be like more than that. Like at 22 I feel 18 again. Like, I feel like I'm brand new. I'm a brand new baby who's like opening her eyes for the first time to like this new level of responsibility and all that stuff, and like in a new era of life. And I just don't, it's just hard to feel like you're failing yourself because you're the age that you are. Like, I'm 22, I'm not supposed to know everything, and yet I feel like I'm failing by being 22 and not knowing everything yet. Yeah, but that's kind of what my thoughts are right now. And it's kind of like depressing-ish, but it's my thoughts. And I've decided to create, Shelly's Corner, I think is what I'm gonna call it. I already have one video in there. This video will go up soon. Maybe this one will go up first. Low key. But yeah, just unedited. Well, minus I'm gonna put my little like Shellybeans card in, but unedited. Leaving it at that. Let you guys know my whole thought process, my brain. I think it's really important to just share. And I talk too long for this to be a TikTok video, so it's going to YouTube. It's going to y'all. You. Viewers like you. You guys like my nails? I did them yesterday. Thanks. Yeah, but if y'all figured out how to have that balance that I've been talking about this whole video, like, let me know. Like, genuinely, let me know. And I know probably, like, the easiest thing is that I'm gonna have to put away politics for a little bit and, like, just take it, like, do a little bit at a time. Like, you can't spend all day listening to politics, but it's hard. Alright. Au revoir. Bye-bye.